Hi Sagittarius, this is going to be your Sun, Moon, and Rising video for April 2025. If the messages don't resonate with this reading, please check back to your Sun and your Moon and Rising sign video. You always go to my website here at HiddenLotusTarot.com and book a reading to get an idea of what's happening for you specifically, because these are general readings. They can't be true for everybody. So go over and take a look and look at what packages I have, and then you can buy a reading. And my turnaround time is 48 to 72 hours. I don't like to make people wait. So what I have with me today is the Radiant White deck, the Lavita Sibila for clarification should we need, and we'll wrap the reading up with an angel answer card. Okay, I have already done some meditation and shuffling on your sign and glyph, so we're gonna put another shuffle and rifle on the cards, and then we'll get straight into the reading. Okay. We have a partial solar eclipse today at 9 Aries, and that's a very sensitive point because both Venus and Mercury retrograded at 9 Aries, and they gotta go all the way back. After the retrograde phase, they're gonna go back to 9 Aries. So this is gonna be, I think, an eclipse that can affect all of us, but it's going to be about ID, your face, your name, your shape, your hair, whether your wardrobe, your social media accounts, any place that looks like you or represents you. Okay, so let's put on this will be a 9-card spread. We're gonna cut the deck. 9 cards down. Here we go. The Star card, the Chariot, the 7 of Wands. So we got 2 sevens here, the Chariot and the 7 of Wands. Next, the World card, the Queen of Cups. And yes, this is a Sagittarius reading, but you, as a Sagittarius, you can be a Queen of Cups. That signifies that you're all in your feelings about something. The Knight of Swords, the Justice, the 10 of Pentacles, and finally, your card, the Temperance. It represents Jupiter and Sagittarius. Okay? What is over the entire reading? The energy, the 3 of Cups. So I have five major arcana cards. and 2 court cards. A cup, a pentacle, the court cards. I mean a cup, a sword, the court cards, a pentacle, and a wand. So I would say that everyday mundane things take a backseat to your spiritual lessons. The cards are read past, present, future. Past, present, future. Interplay of the cards. And we start with the Queen of Cups. Like I said, you can even be a male Sagittarius and be a Queen of Cups, because cups only represent how you feel about something. Swords represent thoughts, beliefs, perceptions, ideas, and communication. Wands represent either your work or career, or your focus, passion, and desire. The coins represent either your finances or the doing of something. I kind of feel like you are on a trip, or you're about to go on a trip, or you have been on a trip. One that you have dreamed about for a long time. These 2 cards together. Because the Star card talks about your hopes and dreams. It talks about what you aspire to. It can even be about the cosmos, the cosmology of the situation, what the stars are doing right now. And here next we have the Chariot card. It's a war vehicle. It talks about movement. It says that as long as you can control your emotions, you can get to where you want to go. So it's a 7, and it talks about 7s being the number of perfection, but also about waiting to see where you're going to go next. It's taking a moment to wait and see where you go next. The charioteer doesn't even have any reins driving the thing. Sometimes this symbol, it's a yoni symbol, but sometimes it can, to me, represent Mercury. Remember, I talked about the cosmology? Okay? What the planets are doing right now. And then we come to the second 7, the 7 of Wands. And to me, this card implies something occurring in a rush. Because if you look at the figure on the card, he has 2 different, a shoe and a boot on. It implies to me that you had to get up and move quickly. So fast you put on the wrong shoes. This card says that you have so many things going on, but you are handling it well. You are in a better position than you realize. He's standing on top of a hill, and he's taking his stick and he's poking all the things back down. Then we come to the World card, and sometimes you get the Chariot and the World card when you travel around the world or travel for a great distance. But the World card is about a graduation. It represents Saturn. It represents all the things that you have worked on or worked towards, and you have now, you busted out of the reins of Saturn. You have graduated on a spiritual level and maybe on a mundane level. It also talks about being at balance. Before you step out to the new, you are surrounded in a wreath, which implies a peace, and you have balance. But then we have this pesky Knight of Swords. And he's coming up behind you quickly. And knights always, to me, simply represent an event happening, but before the event, some kind of message arrives. The message is what moves everything along. but he's going the opposite way. So this could be about Mercury going retrograde or turning direct. Let's see if I can, if the camera will focus. Oh. There we go. So maybe this is about Mercury going direct. But he's rushing in. He's like, hold on, wait a minute. Like, you're not going to graduate. I don't know if this is about a retirement, some kind of money coming in, whatever. Here we have the Justice card. And the Justice card says you have to weigh up the pros and cons of a situation. You have to balance out the pros and the cons. Use all your logic, faculty, and reasoning to make the correct decision. But it's also a card of karma, be it secular or karmic. And even if you get the wrong end of the stick, whatever happens says it's fair and balanced. If it's a bad outcome, now it's fair because you can put it behind you and move on. It may not seem that way, but that's the way it is. Sometimes it can talk about a legal matter or a legal case, or if you are going into the field of legal work, like police work, being an attorney, it's going to be a good field for you. But I have the 10 of coins here. And the 10 of coins is a 10. It represents a changing energy. The next thing you expect to see is an ace of coins. But the 10 of coins talks about maybe a family business with generational money. Or it can talk about working with a group of people. Have you been there for so long, they're like your family. Because we have all these people who are comfortable with each other. There's a man and a woman, and a child, and an old man, and a dog, 2 dogs. So it talks about everybody knowing their place, everybody pulling their weight, everybody being comfortable with each other, having enough to go around, generational money. It can also, sometimes I've seen this when people are about to retire. They have reached the pinnacle of what they're doing. They made enough money, they think. And they can retire. But it's followed by the Temperance card, which talks about cooperation, moderation, compromise. Sometimes when this card comes up, I see people will ask me, am I on the right track? And I say, yes, you are on the right track, as long as you balance out your emotions with logic. You make sound reasoning decisions. That's why the angel has his foot in the water and one on land. It's about balance. But then I have the 3 of Cups over here, which is the overall energy. So the 3 of Cups is always about some kind of universal celebration. It could be a baby shower, a retirement, a graduation, a marriage celebration, a bridal shower, a stag party. It can be whatever kind of universal celebration that everybody recognizes what it is when it's happening. And so the only cards that I can look at in the spread, get more information about, is the Seven of Wands and the Ten of Cups as they relate to these major arcana cards. So whatever is happening or is about to happen or has happened, you have some lessons to learn about what your dreams are, about absolutely believing that you can do whatever you want to do if you are patient with yourself, control your emotions. That it's time for you either to take a trip physically or graduate spiritually. Maybe your karma is coming due some kind of way, and so you're gonna have to learn. They call this card, the Temperance card, the reconciliation of opposites, and that's where compromise comes in. You can't have it both ways, so you have to balance it out by compromising. Seven of Wands. With the Temperance. Tells you that more time and consideration must be put into a project to achieve your goals. It is time to reconsider your options before proceeding. Care, thought, and patience are required. It doesn't say you can't do it. But 2 sevens in the reading, right there, talk about false friends. Okay? Now we look at the 10 of Pentacles. And usually this is a very positive card. The 10 of Pentacles with the World card indicates that you are ready to move into the next step along your path. It tells of major moves, relocations, and huge lifestyle changes. It also tells of an extended journey or travel that will be beneficial in the long term. I said, feels like you're gonna go on a trip. Maybe it's around the world, maybe it's across the country. I don't know. It's something that I think you have been dreaming about for a long time. And you have to weigh up whatever the problem is. Because this one can say the 10 of oh wait, I read the 9 of Pentacles. The 10 of Pentacles next to the World, yes, tells of happiness, fulfillment, happy family times, and ties, and life is traveling along smoothly. That's what it says. So, I don't need to, I just think you are, I don't know what the Knight of Swords is about, but it's going to be some type of message, event which is preceded by a message. I think it's about Mercury turning direct. So, because he's going back this way. So maybe, I don't know if you're going to receive some kind of inheritance or a sum of money that's going to allow you to travel. Or maybe it's just when you are about to leave on a trip you're celebrating, and a slight blip in your plans may happen. And so you're going to have to compromise. So let's pull a card. The answer is yes, and that's a final yes with the exclamation point. That's what I'm trying to say. So there's nothing for me to read. It just says yes. So that's what I have for you, Sagittarius, for April 2025, and good luck.